This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and MM The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Shield TV. I'm your host, Darren Ryan. How's everybody's Saturday going? Talk some WWE real quick here. So far, I like what is going on Raw with Netflix. I think this is going to be a really big draw for not only WWE but also the fans too, because you got guys like Pentagon Jr. coming to WWE and signing with WWE, which is major. And Triple H just finalized a new deal with TNA, so their partnership's extended. Again, another W in the win column. And it's only going to get better from here. So just be glad with the era that we're in right now with WWE. The Triple H era is freaking gold right now. All right. And it's only going to get better. I do think what's going to happen is you are going to see Pentagon Jr. get in the field, and I think that feud's going to be with the Judgment Day, because I think Finn Balor, after he gets done with his beef with Damian Priest on TV, that it's going to go directly to Pentagon Jr. They're gonna end up kicking his ass up until they defeat the War Raiders. That's if they can get those titles back, and then challenge Penta and a partner of his choosing to a title match. And they're going to sit there, and I think what's going to happen is they're going to call his bluff. They're not going to think that he's going to find somebody to partner up with, which it's going to come down to that night. His partner that comes out is going to be Rey Fenix. And you are going to see the Lucha Bros on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And I honestly can't wait for that. If you've watched some of my earlier shows last year, 2024. I was talking about this. I was talking about how Gorillas of Destiny were gonna come. They're here now, aka Tungaloa and Tamatonga. We already got the Motor City Machine Guns in WWE now. We got Pentagon Jr. We just need Ray Phoenix, and it's complete. Now, do I think that Malachi Black is going to be a next target on Triple H's list? Some of the reports and stuff that I've been hearing is they're already working creative around his character, and he's not even part of WWE yet, so to speak. So I think that's a big indication right there, because he was a Triple H guy back in the old black and gold Winged Eagle NXT days. He's a Triple H guy, and I think he comes back. Not only that, but I would love to see Buddy Murphy back. Really big fan of Buddy's work. And not only Buddy Murphy, but I would love to see Adam Cole come back, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. They were an amazing faction in NXT, and just look at what they could do on the main roster. I mean, limitless, like Keith Lee, but it's only going to get better from here, and time's going to tell whether or not Netflix keeps drawing these big name talent to WWE. Under the Vince McMahon regime, I would have never thought in a million years that we'd be seeing the Motor City Machine Guns. Hell, when AJ Styles debuted, I didn't even think that was possible. But it did, and I was pretty stoked about that. But Adam Cole and Undisputed Era, that was really big, and I think now that Triple H is in charge and he's running the creative, doing things how they ought to be, and fit for promotion like WWE, I think this company hasn't reached its peak yet. I think it's still in the building stages for something amazing, and right now we're seeing it. That first show on Netflix, I love that introduction. I thought it was really great, and I loved the ideas and the creative behind it. I thought it was really, really cool. Also, the women's mid card belts, absolutely love that the women's division has mid card titles. Can't have one singles title for each show, and you basically got the whole fucking locker room fighting over one singles belt. So I think it's pretty cool. Chelsea Green's your Intercontinental Champion, and Lyra Valkyrie is your Intercontinental Champion, which both are really good champions. Chelsea Green, not a big fan of her, but I will say she's worked her tail off. She just needs to, so to speak, let go of the whole Piper Niven security, and seeing Rhea Ripley win the championship back from Liv Morgan, that was really, really sweet. And I think it's going to set up for Bayley versus Rhea. The way that Bayley was eyeing that belt, I think she's gonna want that belt, 100%. So, but this whole Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu is really, really amazing right now. I love the fact that they're actually allowing Jacob Fatu to really unravel, his skill set, not only on the mic but in the ring. The guy's talented all around. Watched him in Major League Wrestling. The guy's phenomenal. I was absolutely fucking stoked when he debuted, and the way they're going with him right now fits him perfect to a T. So him going up against Braun Strowman at Saturday Night Main Event, I think that's going to be a good match. But I'm also looking forward to when Bronson Reed comes back, because he's still injured right now. Last I heard from that War Games match, he broke both of his fucking ankles. And Jimmy's wasn't all that severe because he busted a toe. But, I mean, you're a big boy. You're jumping all the way off the top of the cage down through table onto the guy. You're that big. It's not good. So wishing him a speedy recovery. Can't wait to see him come back. He's another major draw in my opinion. Seeing him on TV, seeing who he's feuding with, and not only that, but the guy's an excellent troll on social media too, because he takes his character on the social media like what Drew McIntyre was doing with CM Punk. I think it's great. Now, I really want to see is Jey Uso beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, could that be a long shot? Of course. But look at how many title defenses he's been a part of, how many situations he's got put into to excel, and when they gave him another opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship, he ended up winning the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, he may have, lost it again, but he lost it because Bloodline 2.0 got involved. I think if they wouldn't have got involved, he'd still be Intercontinental Champion. But really happy that OTC Roman Reigns has control over the Ulafala. Now I really want to see what happens with Solo Sikoa. I really want to see what happens with these guys now that this whole situation is over for the tribal chief thing, but the beef's not over. Um, Sami Zayn's still getting beat up. The Usos getting beat up. So I think it's a matter of time before it sets up a Survivor Series. I think that's what's going to be a Survivor Series thing. I think you're going to have Team Roman versus Team Solo. It's going to set up for that, which I think will set up for either Rock and Roman at WrestleMania or Roman and Solo at WrestleMania. That's what I think is going to happen. But Roman Reigns did say when fucking Cody's done with Kevin Owens, he wants to run it back. So whenever he gets done with Kevin Owens or whoever else they fucking throw in front of him, it's gonna be interesting to see. Really pulling for Cody Rhodes to climb that ladder and take both the belts. Obviously, Kevin Owens has the classic winged title because he took it off of Cody after Cody had beat him at the last Saturday night's main event. And what can you say? This Kevin Owens is fun to watch as a heel, and also the story is fucking great. Just the way it's set up that he's it's basically like real life stuff here. I mean, look at it, everything he's been saying has been true to a point. Do I necessarily think he should have went out and fucked up with Randy Orton and fucking Cody? No. But when he was asked in the middle of the ring what his thoughts were on it, he didn't fucking say anything. That let and the way he was, eyeing fucking Cody in the belt, that let me know right there. Especially when he didn't want to go to fucking Crown Jewel. He was like, "Oh, I don't want to fight you, dude. Give it a fucking break." He hasn't held a singles belt since fucking Vince McMahon was there. All right, and I think it's time for KO to get a push. I really do. Just the way that they push his character, whether he's a face or a heel, is absolutely perfect. Kevin Owens, very, very talented individual. I think this is going to set up basically an anti-Roman group. And from what it's looking like, you have Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens simultaneously working together. Almost kind of seems like, they might pull Rollins into it because, Rollins has got a fucking problem with Roman and has been very vocal about the guys who fucking team with them to help him win war games, especially CM Punk. He wasn't happy about that. But it goes back to what Sammy said. Dude, I asked you if you wanted to team up and put your differences beside and focus on winning, and you said no. So he was the next best option. So wise man made that call. Now, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what exactly this favor is, so to speak, for CM Punk for helping Paul Heyman and OTC. I think it's going to be a title match either at Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania. Because sorry to say it, but I don't see Punk winning the Rumble. I don't see John Cena winning the Rumble. But never say never. My pick to win the Royal Rumble is Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins goes back after his World Heavyweight Championship and challenges Gunther at Mania if Gunther's still champion. I mean, so far, Rollins has been, in my opinion, the best World Heavyweight Champion. This also goes along with Damian Priest. Damian Priest was an excellent champion. Gunther's excellent champion, but I think Rollins is the better champion. He was fighting day in and day out, carrying that show on his back up until WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, he fumbled the fucking bag, totally fumbled the fucking bag at Mania, and that was cut real short. He had a real short, I wouldn't say sweet, but a unso pleasant victory and loss on the same day. So I just think he needs to focus again. That's what needs to happen. Is McIntyre's unfocused right now, and he's worried about all the wrong things, which is why I think this whole thing with him and Kevin Owens going after Roman and everybody that teamed with Roman, I think it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. I really do. So I mean, there's nothing you can fucking do about what happened and Roman getting his Ulafala back, but it's just too much baggage to be carrying around. I think their priorities need to be on. Yeah, you may get into some fucking feuds and stuff, but let's not hold on to that and make it so that you jeopardize yourself out of becoming world champion or champion. Uh, but it's all within the character though, so can't complain too much because at the end of the day, it's all entertainment, but it's fucking great entertainment. Triple H has shown that he is a mastermind when it comes to giving the WWE universe entertainment. So Saturday night's main event gonna be absolutely stellar to watch, and I think uh, the best match is going to be Damian Priest Finn Balor. A lot of animosity still between those guys, and these guys just need to duke it out and settle their issues. That's what it is boiling down to. I mean, it's the same thing with Rollins, Punk, McIntyre, Kevin Owens. All these guys have a problem with somebody, and they just need to duke it out and fucking settle these differences. That's what it's boiling down to. But at the same time, fans are getting their money's worth. I mean, it could be like an AEW show where they hardly have anybody there, and they're struggling to fucking keep talent. They're, in my opinion, misusing some talent. Prime example, Ricky Starks hasn't been seen nor heard on TV, but yeah, he shows up to an indie promotion. Obviously, the guy's still in shape and can still, put on a show, still do what, he signed the contract to do, and that's perform, give the people a show. So I think he can be one of those guys that breaks away from AEW. I could see him going to NXT. I could see that. I could also see fucking I could also see Malachi Black coming to the main roster right away. I don't have them sending him back down to NXT again, considering that he's been to NXT already. Now, one person I think that could break away and go to NXT would be Hook. I could see that. Hook goes to NXT, and you put fucking Taz in the commentary's chair in NXT. I think that's what needs to go down. Taz and Hook go to NXT, and I want to see some of this talent break away from AEW. Tony Khan, I mean, continuously just showing me why the product's not as good as when it started. AEW to me isn't what it was when it first started, but I'm not going to take anything away from their talent. They're all very talented individuals. But they just work for okay company. Now, we'll say some of the best matches I've seen so far have involved MJF over there, Will Ospreay, Buddy Murphy, Malachi Black, Samoa Joe. FTR, great tag team, like those guys. The Young Bucks, always been a fan of them guys, especially in their New Japan days. And the mastermind himself, Kenny Omega. That is one person who I wish came to WWE, was Kenny Omega. You know, the Bucks got their shit going on. MJF got a tattoo, so he's not fucking going anywhere unless he decides to fucking cover that up. But Chris Jericho, don't see him going anywhere. He likes, you know, with the way things are going, especially at the point where he's at in his career. Same with Adam Copeland, Edge. Same with Christian. They're happy over there, especially, you know, getting to work with the young guys. So, you know, they're giving back to the business. I can't disrespect them for that. Same with Jeff Jarrett, Double J. He's giving back to the business, so to speak. I think Jeff Jarrett's got a year at least left in the tank, even another after that. But MJF, I mean, he was definitely onto something when he told him, like, you know, like, you may say you want to retire, but you know deep down you miss this shit, man. And some of the wrestlers I've seen over the years that have had to be forced to retire, that's really heartbreaking. Whether it was injury, whether it was, you know, stipulation for the match. Prime example was the streak versus the career, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels failed to get the job done, and he had to keep his word. He retired. But I know it was really, really hard for him because, you know, he wanted to break the streak, but also, you know, he wanted to continue to wrestle until his body told him he no longer could. But, you know, The Undertaker, one of many greats to have stepped foot in WWE, is really a big piece to why the Monday Night Wars were in WWE's favor. Because without him, without Stone Cold, without Mick Foley, without The Rock, Triple H, bunch of those guys, WCW would have won. But I'm happy that the outcome was WWE. Now, I thought it was really cool the way they did with the invasion storyline. I love that. Witnessed that as a kid. Absolutely loved it. Ruthless Aggression was really good, but the only downside that I did not like about WWE under Vince McMahon was the PG era. So I'm happy where we're at today. On Netflix, on Peacock, SmackDown's on USA, NXT's on CW, and we got a partnership with fucking TNA. Who would have fucking thought in a million years? Now it's going to be really interesting to see who attacked Jade Cargill. Like I've said, I think this comes down to either Bianca or Naomi. Could be Naomi because maybe she's jealous, or maybe it's Bianca because she doesn't want to have Jade in her shadow, so to speak. So that's gonna be interesting itself. I can't wait for Sheamus to get through with fucking Ludwig Kaiser. Um, fucking, they're throwing everything at fucking Sheamus, and it just feels like all these obstacles they're throwing at him is, to try to prevent him from winning the Intercontinental Championship. I feel like this next time that he gets back into the picture, faces Braun Breaker, I think that he can fucking possibly win. But again, it all comes down to this whole situation that he's got with Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser, great, uh, great performer, but I think he's not all there yet. I mean, he's showing signs that he's hungry for a championship, which is absolutely great on his part. He's actually going out and trying to make a name for himself. I like that. But I mean, at fucking some point, it's just like, dude, fucking give up this whole fucking mess with fucking Sheamus. I mean, yeah, their matches are really entertaining, but 9 times out of fucking 10, you're gonna get your ass kicked by Sheamus. Unless, it's not one-on-one. Which, fucking throw him in a triple threat. It's just like odds are fucking stacked right there. But I think he can win it. Also, another person who I've been saying hasn't won the Intercontinental Championship, and this happens to be his last and final run this year, is John Cena. I think Cena gets it, and I also think Cena gets another world championship reign. So I think that's gonna be the icing on the cake right there. Also, would love to see Roman Reigns in the Money in the Bank and actually win the Money in the Bank. I mean, if he's gonna do it, and he's gonna want to take on Cody, I think that would be a perfect way for him to do it. Win the Money in the Bank and go on the fucking challenge Cody. Cash in on him, or hell, cash in on Gunther if he's fucking champion. Cash in on one of the Raw guys and become world heavyweight champion. He has yet to win that belt. But greatest double champion that I've seen. Period. Besides Stone Cold and The Rock. And Randy Orton. He was another good double champ. But Roman Reigns, definitely in my top 5 for double champs. Becky Lynch had re-signed with WWE. That to me was really big. There was a lot of rumors saying that she wasn't interested in staying with the company, but she took some time away to be a mom, and to get her body back to being what it was. She needed some time to heal her body as well. So I look forward to her having a immediate impact if she does come back. I believe that she, no matter what happens, I don't see her leaving WWE. She has no reason to leave WWE. So great that she re-signed. She's a really big piece to the women's division. Um, the Royal Rumble, I see Charlotte Flair coming back, but I mean, how long is it going to be this time? Like, she's going to come back. She's going to be here for a while, and she leaves again. So hopefully this time, she makes her return, and we don't have it, be short and sweet. But I personally believe that they need to be putting Jacob Fatu in a championship picture. Perfect idea for him is he needs to be in the United States Championship picture. Because right now you got LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Andrade, Paulo Cruz, and Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman. I think what's gonna happen is, with all that fucking smoke that's coming out on SmackDown in that in and around that whole US title scene, is it's going to come down to Elimination Chamber. That's what I see happening, is Shinsuke Nakamura in this revamped fucking heel that's absolutely amazing is going to defend his championship in the Elimination Chamber, and you got all these fucking smoking guns in there, fucking throwing haymakers and fucking blazing away in the Elimination Chamber. I think if that does happen, it's going to be one of the best, if not the best, mid-card title defense in the Elimination Chamber. You just look at that talent pool right there and tell me that should not be a fucking main event. Also, speaking of Elimination Chamber, so I was talking to some buddies of mine, and they give Elimination Chamber its own pay-per-view. Okay, cool, not a problem. But me being a fan of the Elimination Chamber, I want to see more of the Elimination Chamber during the Elimination Chamber PLE. I think that whole PLE should be about that match itself, whether it's a singles title defended in there or tag team belts defended in there. Because when they defended tag team belts in there, that was absolutely insane and was great to watch nonetheless. But I'm thinking it should be like a Night of Champions type feel, where every championship defended. That's how it should be. What's the point of fucking having the PLE be Elimination Chamber, and you only see two matches. I remember when was always the World Heavyweight Championship was always defended in there, and the WWE Championship. So there was always two on the men's side, two on the women's side. But what I think it should happen is all the fucking champions should be fighting in the Elimination Chamber during that PLE. It needs to be all about the Elimination Chamber. You can't just have one or two matches and then, shows going on in the middle of the ring. You're looking up like, oh, sweet. There's a big ass chamber above me. Hope and pray that, this fucking thing doesn't come down on me. I don't want to look at it up here in the fucking rafters when it should be down on the ground level. That's how the PLE should be. It's already set up on the ground, and that's what it should be like the whole PLE. Every fucking title defended in there. That's just my take on that. Absolutely loved watching the ECW Elimination Chamber. That is still one of my favorite Elimination Chamber matches to this day. Just the automatic creativity behind all that, putting weapons inside of it. It was absolutely fun. Now, if only they had fucking light tubes in there. Or fucking glass. Hello, Miss Yoli. How are you doing today, ma'am? I'm glad that you're watching our show. Yes, for all of the people that are watching, Miss Yoli watches all the shows on the network and is one of the biggest supporters to the network. Thank you for supporting the network, Miss Yoli. It is my pleasure. Now, the one guy that I want to come back that I think is going to be perfect opponent for Gunther, so to speak, if he's champion at Mania, is they've been holding off on this too long because, the whole court case, the allegations, and possibly had involvement with Vince, but turns out that his name got dropped from it. I am speaking about Brock Lesnar. Midwestern native, now a fucking citizen of Canada. The guy's built like a shit brick house. That's not somebody you want to fuck around with. And it's not somebody that you want to be looking down, staring eye to eye in a ring. And you're about to fucking see the ref wave for them to ring the bell. It's not somebody I want to be standing across from. But me being a fan and, watching this all take place, that is one guy that I want to see wrestle again in the WWE. People can love, people can hate Brock Lesnar, but there's one thing for sure. is Brock Lesnar has always been entertaining in the WWE. When he was younger and when he came back and pretty much was like, I'm back now, not leaving anywhere, but I'm going to be champion. Didn't take him really long at all, and fucking got through John Cena, got through Triple H, and the man became a champion again. But all of his matches that he's had since being back, absolutely great. The only one that I will say that it was kind of cheesy was that whole Money in the Bank, but the way that man pulled off being Mr. Money in the Bank and turning his Money in the Bank briefcase into a boombox, that was some funny shit. So kudos to him for that. But I could see something like WWE doing like a Paul Heyman guy faction, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and CM Punk after this whole OTC bloodline thing. Or all the bloodline wrestlers who are in the bloodline, like DNA wise, all of them get together in a faction. Instead of calling it the bloodline, Samoan dynasty. I think that's what it should be called. I mean, I also want to see fucking Finn Balor leave the Judgment Day, because from what I'm seeing now is it's only a matter of time before it starts breaking down. I mean, Dirty Dom's already back in the doghouse. Tried, going off there and making a fool out of himself, wanting a hug from Rhea Ripley. And dude gets kicked in the nads for it, which he absolutely fucking deserves. And now Liv Morgan, not too happy with him. And, Carlito's just there to fucking carry people's bags. But Carlito also is a really, really good heel and a mastermind at being a heel. So it's great to have a veteran like that in your corner. But I just think Finn and JD are better than, being in a fucking group. Same with Liv Morgan and Raquel. Amazing competitors, but you throw out all the original members, most of them anyway, and you just fucking put people in. I mean, who's gonna get fucking put in next? Miz being with Final Testament, I really don't fucking like it, so to speak. See, I thought Final Testament was going to have a bigger impact than the way they are right now, because it's a bummer. I like Karrion Kross, and I like the Authors of Pain. I fucking love them, but I don't know, man. Something with like the fucking charisma or something. They're not clicking, or it's the fucking story they're given, but man, they need to really, now that the Wyatt Six is on SmackDown, and you really don't have anybody really running fucking Monday Night Raw, Judgment Day not really running shit, and I think it needs to be Final Testament. I think you need to set up Final Testament versus the Judgment Day. Let them fucking duke it out. Like, I am a big advocate and a big fan of faction warfare in pro wrestling. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Even out the numbers. Fucking tag team, that classic tag team elimination match, but fuck, even then, I think what they should do with factions, like, if they're going to war with each other, put them in the Armageddon Hell in a Cell. I mean, that should fucking solve right there, because yeah, war games is something, for the factions. But you only get to see fucking two, right? So, if you're gonna, move this on along the year, I think you need to have something like that in place. Because just seeing factions fucking fight in war games and not being able to fucking scrap on and brawl on TV on Raw or SmackDown, but let them fucking duke it out in the Hell in the Cell. I want to see fucking Dirty Dom get fucking tossed like a sack of potatoes into the fucking cage. That's gonna give me pleasure, right? Seeing him get punished and seeing him walk out of the Hell in a Cell, a changed man, and actually, become a man and mature. Something I want to see. I want to see him mature, and I think that's going to come with some hard fought lessons. And I think putting him in that scenario would be a good lesson for him. But it all starts with him leaving Judgment Day. He needs to go back down to NXT and win a belt again. Because I think he should have went there right away instead of just jumping to the main roster. I think he should have been down there in NXT and he worked his way up. It is getting to that time where we are running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys next Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time with more Shield TV WWE Podcast. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for supporting the show. Thank you for supporting the network. We appreciate you and hope to see you next Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. God bless.